JT Miller. And, is this guy going to get dealt? When is this guy going to get dealt? For one night, it seemed, Vancouver fans got a break from that because there was, I think it was Passadaboulos had an article that even said the Vancouver Canucks were like borderline unwatchable. They think they've won 5 or 6 of their last 19 or something. It's a crazy stat. Well, you can't believe this team, which was so good last year and clearly still has all that talent, could be eaten alive, but it just shows you dressing room issues, if they go unanswered or unfixed, can cause this.
Miller was potentially going to be scratched because he was getting traded, and then he ended up being in the starting lineup. And I think out there with the game on the line.
And Fried said the Rangers were pretty darn close to whatever the move was, but they hit a snag. So
I'm hearing another Metro team.
What are you hearing?
Carolina.
Because they were in on the other guy.
Yeah, so when I was told this, I'm not like reporting anything. I'm just telling you what I was told. My response to that person was, yeah, but those aren't the same player. Carolina was in on Elias Pettersson. JT Miller, like...
The crazy thing about them, though, is they're both really good, so why wouldn't you be?
Well, yeah, they're really good centers. So maybe it's as simple as Carolina going, we need a really good center. Mm-hmm. But Elias Pettersson and JT Miller's play styles are, dare I say, dissimilar.
So what I'm curious about, if that does happen... by the way, there's a Jackson Blake on the Carolina Hurricanes.
Who is apparently Jason Blake's son, and I didn't know that.
We talked about it when they played the Leafs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did we? Okay. Yeah. Well, I want to know if Vancouver's doing a player-for-player deal, is this a Marty Necas situation?
No.
Is this a Seth Jarvis situation?
No.
So who goes the other way? I was wondering that with the Rangers too, guys. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I have an answer, and my answer began with that reaction.
What do you mean? What Carolina would get?
It's not going to be a good return. Listen, you got to take...
Are there picks and prospects you can parlay into something else?
You got to take a center back, and they got to make a lot of money.
It's not Kotkaniemi.
Adam, it's got to be Kotkaniemi.
But they're not unloading JT Miller.
If it's Carolina, it has to be Kotkaniemi.
Who would it be if there was the Rangers, guys?
Well, do they really have a Kotkaniemi? A player who makes far too much.
Alexis Lafreniere.
Well, I saw that rumor, and that was really interesting.
Because, remember, his first agent, I'm not saying he's overpaid. His first agent is the AGM of the Vancouver Canucks. Emily Castengay. So she left being his agent to join the Canucks front office.
I could absolutely see that. And what's amazing about that, though, with Carolina's deal, I think they need to sweeten the pot. I kind of think the Rangers... Or no. Sorry. The Hurricanes would need to sweeten the pot in that trade. I think the Canucks would have to sweeten the pot to get Lafreniere.
Really?
Personally, well, you're getting zero cap relief, basically. Because what's his new contract? 8?
7 something.
Oh, it's 7 something?
7.8 or something. You're not far off.
Nah.
He's got 26 points in 46 games this year, guys. Like, I mean, I know the Rangers have been on a better pace of late.
They're both good but disappointing players.
Okay. Jesse, what are your thoughts?
With the Hurricanes, I would do Jack Drury, Kotkaniemi, and Sean Walker for JT Miller.
Ooh, Sean Walker just got there.
Yeah, but I think the Canucks would look at that because they're getting that defenseman back.
Wow.
They need that help on the back end.
Yeah, especially with Myers out.
I think that'd be a reasonable deal for both sides.
What do you say for Rangers?
I think it'd be very funny if the Canucks didn't make a trade with the Rangers but ended up with a guy named Drury.
That would be
After
funny.
all these months, I think that would be very, very funny. Sorry, what was your question?
I asked Jesse, what do you think it would be for the Rangers?
They're not going to part with Schneider. Like, I think that's what the Canucks want in the deal, so I think that's off the table. I don't know if a Canucks Rangers deal works unless the Rangers fleece them. Because I don't think you're giving up Laugh at this point, and I don't think the Canucks want to just swap Zibanejad for JT Miller.
Well, they were offered that.
which I could see the Rangers wanting to do easily. You know,
course.
every day of the week. I think if it was available for them, they would just do it. So I don't know if the Rangers deal works. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I wondered if the snag that they hit was the Canucks got a better potential offer.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Canes called them and said, we got, I don't know what the Rangers are offering you, but we might go to this. And then, because I understand a team wanting to get player for player. That rarely ever works because the acquiring team is like, but I have all these great players. I don't want to give up all these great players. If you get something similar to what Calgary got, remember that Lindholm-Zadorov deal? That deal was crazy. Like the amount of stuff that Vancouver gave up.
Oh yeah. It's technically two separate deals.
If you can acquire the types of picks and prospects that they were able to jettison for those two players, and use them at the trade deadline, or use some of them at the trade deadline, because if you're Vancouver, you're not just going to be good this year, because they are a good team and they are going to make the playoffs in my mind. I just have a hard time seeing the West with them not in it. But you could use that for this deadline and potentially next to get the players that you need to get. Brock Nelson is going to be available. Ryan O'Reilly is not available unless he is.
Can I throw out another hurricane?
Sure.
That can make some sense, because the Canucks are in this weird where we still want to make the playoffs, but we really might not phase. Would it make sense to acquire a player on an expiring contract, like a Jack Roslovic, who you like, and you can maybe keep if he's good, or if it turns out your team stinks, you could trade him at the deadline, which is, first, second week of March?
Yeah, and certainly the Canucks are no strangers to that. We saw that with Elias Lindholm last year. They acquired him, tried to trade him.
Itchy thumbs.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to make moves. So I was told Carolina, and I was surprised.
Interesting.
And you're not, yeah.
I think they got to get something done
Jarvis, no shot. I'd be very surprised.
They got to get something done soon.
The Canucks?
Yeah, I think this has gone on long enough, wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah, then you have that win against Edmonton where you look like the better team, and yeah, hockey can be torture, man. I don't think if you're the Canucks you can live game to game like that. I think your decision has to have already been made. That's enough. Be done with it.
Okay. All right.